Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is a 1 in 5 leFH18B2, the French Tier 5 premium SPG, which many tank drivers know as a leFH or a leFH, but What Arty Noobs players know as Fifi La Pew Pew, and that's the name on the side of the vehicle. There you go. And this one is located on the north spawn of Serene Coast under the command of Dr. Dip. Battle has started. Now it's armed with a 105mm light field howitzer, and that's where you get that leFH. LE is Leica, Feldhaubitze is light field artillery. Now it's a German gun. It's a very efficient German gun. It was actually the most produced German artillery during the war, and it's mounted on top of a Char B1 chassis, which of course the Germans remanufactured and rearmed and called a Char B2. Well, they didn't call it a Char B2, they called it a Panzerkampfwagen B2. And well, Dr. Dip is looking further down the peninsula for his first target. Now he's actually in platoon with Junior Dip in the Wolverine, and that I may be a family member. Oh, now it's a bit too long there. That shell just missed the KV-222. Now he's reloaded. He's got a fast reload on this Arty. Something like 9.88 seconds is his reload time. And okay, he's dialing in on the KV-220, but he just keeps moving. The moment he stops though, we should be able to get a nice accurate hit on that KV-220. Rounds out. Should hit. It does! 72 hit points. Now this Arty is capable of 410 alpha if it can penetrate the armour. It can penetrate up to 58mm of armour. But that hull is a tier 7 hull. That's a KV-220, which is basically a KV-1, well, a KV-1 turret on top of a KV-3 hull. That's a very tough nut to crack, but Arty is more than up to the challenge. There's a T1 Heavy, Tier 5 American heavy tank. Round out, just going to miss. Yep, hits the rock instead actually. And he's aiming for the gap. Still looking for a target he can hit repeatedly. The KV-220 is trying to hide behind that rock, and he's doing a good job. There's the T1 Heavy. Dialing in ahead of him. Got to work out where the enemy's going and then fire the round at them. And he fires at the T1 Heavy, but he gets a hit. 158 hit points. That's a good one. Looks like it hit the right at the rear of the vehicle. And he's dialing in now on a DW2 Tier 4 German Heavy. Fires ahead of it, but unfortunately didn't move into the shot. Reloading. Round out. This should hit. Oh, just behind him. And that Su-85 has been hit in the gun mantlet. See a huge hole in it. Now he's got a hole in his rear as well. And he's a one shot now. If Dr. Dip can get this shot in, round out, that should do it. It does. Lovely. Now, first kill. T1 Heavy's next one. It's going to take at least a couple of shots to get that T1 Heavy. That's the first one. 96 hit points. Didn't pen. Go for the next one. Round out. Should hit. It does. 132. That was a bit better. One more shot. Should be able to take out T1 Heavy. Rounds out. Kill shot. Second kill. Going for the KV-220. Now this is going to take a lot more work to take this one up. But he does get a lovely hit for 126 that time. He's backing behind cover. He got hit in the turret, which means he's probably lost a crew member or two. And from the look of it, it's on the right-hand side of the tank, which probably means the loader's gone down on that KV-220, and that's probably why he can't fire, because he's having a long time on the reload. He might have used his repair kit, you see, or his first aid kit. Trying to get a shot on that DW2. Nope, lands on the ridgeline just ahead of him. Now we've got a Stug forward, trying to come through the gap. Line up a shot. Oh, he's decided to go for the Panzer III-4 instead. Oh, he gets a kill shot with one there. And that's 3 kills he's got. They're one down on the enemy at the moment. That Stug 4 is trying to get a shot on the KV-1. Always set the KV-1 on fire, and he succeeded, but he won't survive much longer. And yes, he's been killed by the Saab M43. Okay, still trying to get this KV-220, but this should work. 72 hit points. He looks like he's a one-shot now. Round out. This should be it. Oh, no, it fell short. That's RNG for you. Diving in again. Rounds out. No, he's not there. He must have pulled back behind that rock. Now, we've got some enemies just the other side of the rocks just in front of us. Can't get shots on them because we can't loop the shell over. But we can probably go for this KV-220. We're dialing in. This should be a kill shot. Round out. Yes, it is a kill shot. And that's the 4th kill. Right, now we've got an enemy over on the west side of the map. It's a B1. And it looks like he's going to attack the Churchill 3. Now, the B1 is the Char B1, which is the tank that supplies the chassis for the leFH. And got a nice hit there for 129. And he might have got the high caliber by now. There's an Su-76 GFT coming towards us. Line him up, and one-shot kill. That's his 5th kill. Lining up on the Char B1, or is he going to move? I think he's going to move because he was spotted. There is an enemy Arty, it's a gorilla. He doesn't want to be in the same spot when the gorilla fires because it might fire and blow him up. So he's just going to have to relocate, and the B1 has... he has been killed, but there's still a DW2 out in the peninsula. There's the gorilla. It's been located. And he is closer than I thought he would be. Okay, Dr. Dip's going after the gorilla. Much easier target to hit that one. Lost sight of him temporarily, but I suspect he's still in the neighbourhood. There's the DW2. Now, he's more likely to move about than the gorilla. Oh, what's going on there? He's trying to get a shot on the gorilla. He's failed, so it's going after the DW2 now. We lost sight of him temporarily. Just waiting for sign of the DW2 so he can dial in the aim. Okay, they've spotted him. There he is. Dialing in. Rounds out. Lovely hit. In fact, he fired a heat round. In fact, he's only firing heat, and that was definitely a penetration. So he must get direct hits now in order to make these count. That's nicely lined up. And that's a kill shot and a Top Gun. And wins the game. Very nice indeed. Let's have a look at the end of battle stats. It's a first-class tank for Dr. Dip in the 105 leFH18B2. He managed to get a bruise medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. He got 12 in this one. And he also picked up a couple of epic medals, the high caliber for dealing the most damage, and a Top Gun for getting at least 6 kills. And the win rate for that game was 6,521. Let's have a look at the team score. Top of the table, 1,978 hit points of damage. Next highest score was the Stug 3G with 1,227, and after that came the Churchill 3 with 979. When it came to kills, he managed to get the highest amount again. He got 6 kills. The Stug 3G managed to get 4, and the next high score after that was 76 GFT, and the Looks on the enemy team both got 3 kills apiece. And when it came to base XP, he's got the highest amount, not enough for an ace tanker. 881 base experience, 849 for the Stug, and 801 for the Churchill 3. He fired 25 rounds in that game. He got 14 direct hits and 4 penetrations. In fact, the last 2 shots were penetrations. They were the heat rounds. Splash damage of 13 hit on 13 tanks. And he also did damage of 1,978 hit points, of which 1,770 were at more than 300 meters. The close one was that Su-76 GFT. He damaged 7 of the enemy, killed 6 of them, and did damage assistance of 139 hit points. On a free-to-play account, he earned 30,439 credits, and after resupply of ammunition, and remember, he did fire 2 heat rounds, they are expensive, he actually only took away 19,495 credits. He got 2 bonds for getting a high caliber and a Top Gun, and 881 base XP, 234 for this being a premium vehicle, took away 1,115 experience points altogether. So a very nice round there in the VP. But I think Dr. Dip was having a bit of difficulty trying to organise which tank was he going for next. But and of course that KV-220 was doing a very good job of avoiding artillery fire by hiding behind the ground, using the ridge lines against us. And yes, it worked very nicely for him until he came out from behind that hiding position. And then of course he was taken out the game. So if you enjoyed that battle, please give it a like and do subscribe to our channel. And hopefully it'll be your replay that I'll be featuring in the next video.